Hi, guys. Welcome to the full moon in Aquarius reading that we're going to do. A couple of things before we get started. The Love Soul summer gear that's on the website. So, this tank top, water bottle, and then there's also this really cool tote that I actually use for groceries. I've used it for so many things lately, carrying my all of my equipment and stuff around if I need to go places. So it's a really cool, sturdy tote, and they're all $29. So all of that stuff is going to go away probably at the end of September. We're going to get some fall gear in. So if you have been waiting to get your Love Soul stuff, all of it's $29 on my website. That information is in the description box. And another thing that I want to address, which is really interesting because this is something that I haven't really talked about in quite some time. Um, it used to happen frequently many years ago. But the comment, there was a comment that was left on the Leo new moon video. Now, there's a reason why I have pulled myself back from YouTube, from doing the general public YouTube readings. And yes, we can say that the majority of you that watch really value me as a person, not just somebody who's on a screen to give you a little bit of advice about the astrology or tarot or whatever. You guys actually value me as a human being, and I really appreciate that. But some people are just very rude, very, very rude. I am not tolerating that anymore on my channel. If you have anything to say about my appearance in any way, shape, or form that is not uplifting, you will be immediately removed from this channel and banned from any kind of YouTube channel. If I see that you're on my other social medias, I will ban you. And that is 100% a personal decision that I have to make for myself. Now, the comment that was made wasn't only rude, but it was also said at an extremely difficult time that I'm going through right now because I have many health issues that I'm dealing with, being treated for cancer, treating the symptoms of and a lot of that makes me swell up. A lot of the things that I am taking right now, my body is reacting in a really difficult kind of way. So to comment on anybody, first of all, that you don't even know, to comment on the way that they look, that you don't even know, that's rude enough. So just like, let's be kind. Like, I don't understand why people just can't be a little bit kinder. And I used to say it all the time. I literally, there was, when I was doing the daily readings, I stopped doing the daily readings because I felt like all I was doing was lecturing everybody on how to be a decent human being. And it came to the point to where I was just like, I'm done. And I'm at that point again where, I mean, I have pulled myself so far back, and I love being able to do this for you guys. But if it continues to be like that, if the YouTube culture does not change and it continues to be toxic in that kind of way, I'll remove myself completely. And I know that a lot of other readers have said the same thing, because it's not, I mean, it's like we give a lot of ourselves to the public, and they feel very entitled to be able to just say and do anything with our energy. So yeah, I mean, we're living in a really vulnerable, different time. And I feel like if we can't be kind to each other, then you don't need to be interacting with anybody if you can't be kind to them. And you're definitely not going to be interacting with me if you can't be kind, because there's no point to it. There's no sense in being rude. So that is the Virgo mother in me that just had to make sure that we're all on the same. I will remove any negative comments. I don't care. This is a place where we're all uplifting each other. We are not pulling each other down. All right, so let's get started on this really awesome full moon energy that we're going to have. So, and it's really going to be, this full moon is going to be different for everybody, I think. And If you really want to know what's going to be happening in your own personal chart with this full moon, you can actually get a 1-question reading for $30 from me. The information to do that is in the description box. You can just, put in the question, whatever full moon energy is for my chart. Make sure you put your birth information in there, and I will do a quick reading for you, and let you know how this full moon is going to affect you personally. So this is for the collective. And if you wanted to look in your own chart, you would look to see where Aquarius is in your own chart, and also where Virgo is in your own chart, because the Virgo energy and the Libra energy are also going to be kind of showing up a little bit with this full moon. First of all, this is the second Aquarius full moon that we've had during Leo season. It's at the very last degree, the 29th degree. That's an anaretic degree, which means that a lot can come out of it. It can be a very karmic degree. There's a really big leveling up that's happening with this full moon. And just as Uranus went retrograde a couple days ago, you were sort of being tasked with making sure that the magic that you wanted to create in your life, that's what you were doing. And this full moon is sort of ushering that in for you, because it's helping you to remove some of the things, or that maybe not even remove, but shift and change, and allow yourself to see things a little bit differently than you normally would. And maybe even recognize that things are going to be happening more in a long-term effort, in a long-term gain, either way, could happen either way. So this full moon will be happening at 29 degrees Aquarius. Oh my, I think I'm going to have to sneeze. Hold on a second. Okay, I think I caught it. I sneeze really loud, you guys, so I could not, and with the earbuds being my microphone, it would have been horrible in your ear. And I simply don't want to do that to you guys. So here we are. Okay, so the full moon is happening at the 29th degree of Aquarius. And it's also going to be conjunct Jupiter there, the 3-degree orb to Jupiter. And wow, man, the emotional expansion that we all can have from that, and really just allowing ourselves to find the joy in things, find the happiness in things. It's been a very difficult couple of years, and it honestly doesn't look like things are going to let up for a while. And when the world is in chaos and the world is in such, a state of undoing and restlessness, the only thing that you can rely on for yourself is making yourself happy. And going back to what I was talking about, why don't we just all need to learn how to be kind, and we all need to kind of take care of each other during this time instead of being mean and rude. This is that opportunity for you to see how maybe changing your perspective and changing your attitude makes you less grumpy, makes you less angry. I had to kind of check myself in a really big way recently too, because there was a lot of anger that was building up, and whether that was collective anger or whether it was my own personal anger, because there was some there, I will admit to that. It didn't even matter. It was just the fact that it was all coming up, and we have to honor those emotions, but we can't sit in them. We can't sit in them for too long, because it'll just eat away at you. It'll eat away, your emotions, whether they're angry, sad, like all of the negative emotions, that actually changes the DNA in your body. And if you need proof of that, I had a very traumatic and tragic life, right? And I don't play the victim of it, but it was very stressful on me, extremely stressful on me. And it created a gene mutation inside of my body that created a very rare blood cancer that nobody has any explanation for. And I'm sitting here going, oh, I have an explanation for it. I know exactly how that happened, because I know that I'm powerful enough to have changed for years and years and years and years. Everything that I did, everything that I said, all of the energy that I brought into my body, that was the difference, right? And so in a world where you feel like everything is falling apart around you, the only thing that you can do for yourself is to find the happiness, and to find that joy, and to find that the part of you that exists outside, right? Or outside of the world, basically, like the part of you that exists without the world, without you needing to the world to tell you how to do certain things, or how to be a certain person, or in that kind of way. So, and then this is the aspect that's really going to be making a big, big kind of a bang. So we have Mars over here in Virgo, and it's trining Uranus over here, that is now retrograde, Uranus and Taurus. So the Mars in Virgo trining Uranus that's retrograde is like you really want to take action on things, and you want to be able to change things, and you're kind of getting the opportunity to do it, but Uranus is asking you to kind of reassess the way that you were shifting things before, and maybe that needs to look different now. And that Mars in Virgo is really making you look at all of the details. So with this full moon, whatever it is that's in your way, whatever those tiny details are that you know that are stopping you, and a lot of times those tiny details are the mind, right? The things that are going on in our mind, that's the tiny details. Or people, and I used to be like this, people who constantly live in chaos or constantly live in turmoil are creating chaos and turmoil in their life when there's not even like anything happening, that shows that that chaos is there. People have a tendency to create that chaos within themselves, and then they start to create problems in their own environment because they've created. And I used to do that, and a lot of times we do that because we need to feel something. We feel like if our life isn't in an upheaval or chaotic, it's a trauma response. Our body's used to the chaos, 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 chaos. So if there's no chaos going on, then how do I know that I'm moving? How do I know that anything's changing? How do I know that anything is working if I can't see what's going on or see what's happening, or if there isn't a problem with it? It's exhausting. It's exhausting. So this aspect, this Mars trining Uranus aspect, is really asking you to take a look at how you have been holding yourself back. And even into the details, they're both very grounded energies. They're both really telling you, listen, you're getting a great opportunity right now. Don't let it pass you by. Don't let it pass you by. And even on top of that, even more, Mercury is still conjunct Mars, right? So you even have the genius. This is total genius energy. We had Mercury and Mars conjunct each other last week, and they were trining Uranus last week. And so we've had this genius energy to work with for a very long time. And now Uranus is retrograde. And now that you want to get things jump started and get things moving, Uranus is like, we got to look at a couple things first because there's a few things that need to be redone. We also have Mercury opposing Neptune, sort of like that 4-degree orb. There's that Mercury opposing Neptune. So really make sure that everything that you're saying and doing right now is super intentional. We have all of the outer planets are retrograde. So anything that's happening right now, when everything goes direct, you may have to look at all of this stuff all over again. This whole summer could be something that you have to revisit or reassess. And I'm sitting here thinking like, oh damn, I really hope that doesn't happen because this was not a fun summer for me. But yeah, so really make sure that everything that you're doing is super, super intentional. This is going to bring the creative juices out of you as well. As Mercury gets closer later on this week to opposing Neptune exact, this is going to really help our creative juices going, moving a little bit more. And Mars is still right there, trining Uranus. So this is a huge opportunity for you to step into your power. If there are things that you have been waiting on to get started out of fear, this moon is going to help you remove that fear for yourself. But it's not going to be an easy removal. See, that's the thing, because you have to really be able to look at it with a microscope. You're going to have to look at it really super deep and say, what are the reasons that are holding me back? Like I had the silliest, I've been wanting to do a talk on the Twitter Spaces. And I know you guys aren't going to believe me when I tell you this, but I wanted to do a talk on the Twitter Spaces about conscious loving, and not just conscious romantic relationships, but just consciously loving each other. And I'm still planning on doing it, but I'm such a wuss. I have such stage fright. If anything is live, like anytime I do a live on YouTube or anything like that, I have such stage fright, and there's no reason to, because once it gets going and once it gets rolling, I'm perfectly fine. but I still have that. And a lot of that is a trauma response of not being appreciated from my past, right? So that's what I mean by fears coming up that are stopping you from stepping into your purpose. Because I know I'm supposed to talk about that with people. And I know everybody wants to talk about what real conscious loving looks like. And it's just like, of course, like that, of course, that's the thing that's going to stop me. My own personal fear of being in the spotlight, which is hilarious because here we are. But so then we also have the interesting thing here is Venus over here in Libra is trining Saturn over here in Aquarius. And Venus will exact trine Saturn. I believe it's on Tuesday. I'm going to be doing a full energy reading for my memberships. If you guys are interested in being a part of the memberships, you'll get a full weekly energy reading and a tarot energy reading tomorrow. And all of the zodiac signs for September will all be in the membership. So the full readings for every zodiac sign will be there as well. So it's a really, really good deal to be a part of the Fearless family. It really is. They're getting full moon and Aquarius readings as we speak on Discord. So if you're not a part of the Fearless family, then you're really missing out right now. But so Venus trining Saturn is happening this week as well, and this is that thing that is going to stand the test of time, where Venus is sort of more of a surface level. Yes, there's beauty. Yes, there's food, but there's also like self-care and value and how you're nurturing yourself and how you're nurturing other people. I guess that would be more of the moon, but Venus is really about the value system, right? How you really value yourself and how you value other people. And with Saturn, Venus and Saturn coming together in that really, really nice, sweet trine is really giving us an opportunity to solidify things that make our heart spaces explode, but like rooted in a long-term stable aspect, right? So like if you have really been wanting to move forward on something that you know could be really profitable for you in the future, but it's going to take a while to get there, like this is not short-term gains kind of energy. The universe is working to clear the stuff out for you during this full moon. The universe is working to help make the changes for you. But you have to have that kind of patience. I just got goosebumps down my left side, which we all know that means that they're all talking to me right now. So allowing yourself to see things not in just a short-term capacity, because when we see things in a short-term capacity, we feel like we don't have enough time to get there. Like we feel like if we don't hurry up and do things now, then it's just not gonna it's not going to turn, it's never going to happen. Like if we don't hurry up and do it, it's never going to happen. And so Venus trining Saturn is saying, we want to solidify things coming up for you for a long-term gain, the things that you value the most, and allowing yourself to do that with the patience and the changing and the shifting. You're also going to have to make room for it, right? We want you to make room for all of that for long term. So yeah, this is going to be a really fun kind of full moon, because I don't feel like it's going to be really heavy. I don't feel like it's going to be one of those full moons where we're all like, oh my God. It's the Venus trining Saturn is asking us to take care of ourselves and to kind of slow things down a little bit. It doesn't have to be so rushed. Uranus going retrograde is really helping us slow down things a little bit, so it's not so rushed. That Mars action there is still trining Uranus. So that's the funny thing, is like we want to go, 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 but the energy on the outside is like, you can chill. Like things are still going to happen. You can chill. So just really pay attention. That Mars in Virgo wants you to pay attention to the details and really allow yourself to slow down. Slow down. So I think I'm going to use the Modern Spellcasters Tarot for today. I haven't used it in a really long time, and it was one of my very first decks that I used, and I absolutely love it. So let's see what's going to happen with the Aquarius full moon. Let's get to a full screen. Hi, guys. Things are going to be switching up around here a little bit. So lots of stuff coming up. I'm really excited for the things that are coming up. Okay, exactly. Oh, yes. Okay. Some of you really, really, really are working on bringing something into your life, really manifesting in a big way, and it hasn't been easy. It's felt probably more like a struggle than not. And the biggest thing that I feel like we need to remember, especially with this Aquarius energy, is working together, is allowing ourselves to work together for the greater good for all of us, right? So we have the Nine of Cups. Clearly, with the Eight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, there's something that we need to release from our expectations, is what I'm hearing. There's something that we have to release from our expectations, because this Five of Pentacles is that disappointment of feeling like you are being let down in some way, right? So we have the Nine of Cups, we have the Eight of Cups, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. So you've got to release the expectations of something. This Eight of Cups here is asking you to remember that letting go can sometimes be the best form of self-care when you allow yourself to let go. And asking for help, man, that Three of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, the way that things are going to work out for you and be prosperous for you is if you open yourself to not doing it all by yourself. That Three of Pentacles is like, there are people there that are help. I love the Three of Pentacles in this deck. The teacher, and such a great reminder that we're not just the teachers, we're also the students. We're not just the students, but we're also the teachers, right? And then the Ace of Pentacles is that gift that the universe is handing to you, but are you looking up? Are you ready? Are you ready to receive that? Or are you sitting here not grateful for what you already have? That's something I've had to work on too, as well. I mean, you can imagine the kind of mental that I've had to go through with all of the diagnosis that I had this summer. It's very difficult. It's very difficult for you to sit in that and think that everything is going to be okay, right? But I have no choice, because I either choose to suffer in misery or I choose to not suffer at all, right? And that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that we have to remember. Trusting your own intuition. You don't have to do this alone. And the funny thing is the more that you think that you have to do this alone, the more you're going to feel alone. The more you have that thought process going on in your mind, the harder it's going to be for you to understand that you don't have to do this alone. You know, like, remind yourself that it's okay. Remind yourself that it's okay. All right. Oh, yeah. See? Okay. You don't need to know. You don't need to know what the future is going to bring. You just don't. You just don't. Nine of Pentacles on the Nine of Cups. And it's interesting in this deck with that Nine of Pentacles, she looks awfully lonely. She built this whole empire by herself, and she looks awfully lonely doing it, right? And it almost feels like she's manifesting a companion within that squirrel. So cute. The High Priestess on the Eight of Cups. If you're sitting here and you're like, Betsy, I've let everything go. I don't know what else I can let go. There's something that you're missing, and your intuition has been telling you what this is, the thing that you need to change. It could be discipline. You need a little bit more discipline in your life. It could be that you need a little bit more fun in your life. There's something that's not quite balanced, and your intuition is sort of screaming at you. Now, some of you are dealing with a Pisces energy, because I've got really strong Pisces or Scorpio energy. So Pisces or Scorpio energy in a really big way. But more than anything, this is about changing, allowing yourself to shift and change and pivot. And in order to do that, we have to walk away. And your intuition is screaming loud at you. Ask for help, man. It's okay. If you need to have more assistance from people in this world, in this lifetime, that Judgment card, look at this Judgment card. So we have the universe up here. That's what I like to call the source. Source is using a baby dropper to drop medicine into this guy who's coming out of the flames in the purgatory, right? We have, if you are feeling left out, the best and biggest thing that you can do is literally be like, I just need some help. I just need a little bit of guidance. I just need somebody to help, like, point me on to the right path, show me the right direction I'm supposed to be going in. Our guides want us talking to them. Our angels want us talking to them. They are there for a reason, right? And then we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. This is what I'm saying. The more you allow yourself to express that you need help from other people, and you allow other people to help you, you come into this being able to have that long-term happiness, that solidifying long-term happiness in game. Right? So the 10 of Pentacles on the 3 of Pentacles. And that 10 of Pentacles is the ultimate, right? So you're coming into an ending of a cycle so that you can begin and actually build the foundation that you want. Because the 3 of Pentacles is about starting the foundation, rebuilding the foundation from the bottom up. And the 10 of Pentacles is the end game, the end goal, right? And again, there's always like, we have a whole bunch of stops along the way, but there's never like a complete end. It's always constantly ongoing. There's no destination that we're actually getting to. And so for you to think, I'm going to be happy when that 10 of Pentacles happens, but I'm not going to be happy right now. That's not the way that it works. It's about being happy in the moment and then allowing ourselves to just expand upon that happiness as we move into the future. Then we have the Moon and the Hanged Man on the Ace of Pentacles. Nice. And what's pretty interesting about the Moon and the Hanged Man on the Ace of Pentacles is you don't need to know when this gift is coming. When the aces show up and source energy is handing us an ace, it's a gift from the universe. And we usually get gifts like during Christmas, for people who celebrate Christmas, during Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, your birthday, whenever you get presents, right? But asking for it before then, that's kind of tacky. The universal, you can ask for it now if you want to, but if the universe says you are not quite ready, you still have some things, because we don't want to be a million, like times millionaire times 100 millionaire, whatever, and not know how to handle the money, right? You don't want to have this huge, gigantic house and then not have the means to take care of it. You know what I mean? Like anything that you're really, really wanting to do, you don't want to have this great, awesome career, this great, awesome job during a time that your personal life is in turmoil, because you're going to take that emotional stuff into that great, awesome job, right? And it's not that you don't deserve it, because you deserve all of it, all of it. You just want to be ready so you're not stressed out when it comes. Do you see? So allow yourself to relax a little bit. Let this full moon work. Excuse me. Let this full moon work for you. Let this full moon guide you in the direction that you need to go in, and let it take the things away that you don't need, that it doesn't resonate anymore. I love you guys. I hope to see you over in the memberships. We would love to have you over there. That is where almost all of my content is going these days. And get in the Love Soul vibe. These are so comfortable. I want like 3 more, and I might get 3 more before we stop selling them. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful full moon. Bye.